Hey guys, this is a video response in regards to the Filipino call center, and a lot of the responses on here have really intrigued my interest and have brought upon this video response tonight. Now, I know that a lot of you, I've seen a lot of comments on there. A lot of them are bitching and complaining about how call centers are going overseas into foreign countries and whatnot, and I don't pity the fact that they've gone overseas, and I can understand why they have. Because I used to work in a call center myself, and um, the reason why call centers here in America are becoming less and less obvious is because of people like yourselves that have created a bad work environment for people like us who have worked or currently do work in a call center. Um, at some point or another, Americans get tired of being cussed at, sworn at, yelled at, screamed at for no apparent reason at all. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to sit there on the telephone and let somebody scream at me day in, day out, and they don't even know me. And to me, that's just cowardness of somebody who ain't got enough balls to say it to your face. They have to hide behind a telephone like a little child and cuss you out. And here's a perfect example. A friend of mine currently works in a market research firm, and he makes calls. Of course, he doesn't make calls himself. It is an automatic dialer system that calls random numbers and selects them at random and calls people to conduct a research study or a survey to better the products and services of their area, whether it be radio, television, hospitals, shopping, food, whatever. And 90% of the time, the people on the phone are fucking idiots, just complete total jerk assholes. And they slam the phone in your face, they call you all kinds of names, and they're trying to be there to make the service better for your sorry fucking ass. And the reason why the market research exists in the first place is so that they can better the products and services in your area so that your sorry ass can have better television, can have better radio programming, can have better hospitals, can have better restaurants, can have better shopping, better whatever. That's the whole fucking purpose of marketing research. But of course, you stupid fucking Americans don't like to get that through your head. So that's one of the main reasons why call centers have diminished here in this country is because fuckers like you who make it miserable for the American worker. And frankly, I don't blame most of my American workers not wanting to be in a call center anymore because they're getting tired of bitched at. Of course, those people over there in the Philippines, they don't care whether they get bitched at or not because they'll work for pennies on the dollar. And that's the only other thing that there is to do. It's either that or starve to death, so they have no other choice, so they'll sit there and take it. Over here, we've got a choice. We don't have to work in a call center. So this whole bitching thing about call centers and stuff not being taken overseas, there's a reason for that. There's a reason why call centers have gone away, and it's because of people like us who, when somebody calls us up, I'm not interested, and slam the phone down in your face. Does anybody not have any phone etiquette anymore? I mean, hello. If you don't want something, and if this is the proper way to have a phone etiquette, okay? Let me demonstrate with my cell phone, okay? Cell phone rings. Hello. Person on the other end says, "Yes, I am so and so calling from blah blah company. We are doing a survey, or I would like to get your opinions on something." If you don't want to give your opinions, and if you don't want to better your community, and if you don't want to better the products and services in your area, simply say this: "I appreciate you calling me. However, I don't feel like I should give my opinion right now, and thank you so much. Good night." Simple as that. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with saying being polite instead of saying, "The fuck you calling my goddamn phone for? Get the hell off my fucking, put me on the goddamn do not call list," and using all kinds of foul language words at the person on the other end. It's just ridiculous and stupid. I mean, come on. And from what I've heard, from what I've known working at the research firm, we used to call different time zones, and each time zone would get worse and worse. You fuckers out on the West Coast are the worst. You're the most rude, hateful, inconsiderate, foul-mouthed people I've ever met in my life. Not to mention you Canadians up there in Canada around the Toronto area. Y'all are even worse. Y'all have no phone etiquette. Y'all have no manners, no respect whatsoever for anybody. And it's sickening. It's downright goddamn sickening. I remember the nights that I used to sit in that fucking call center and dread having to call the people in Canada and on the West Coast. Because all you'd hear, all you deal with every night, night after night after night, is them foul mouthed, rude, hateful, inconsiderate, childish little brats. They throw a fucking temper tantrum because somebody's calling their house. And they think it's a sales call when I clearly tell them it's not a sales call. I'm not trying to sell you anything. They don't seem to understand that fact that seem to understand the point that I'm not trying to sell you anything. But I don't work in a call center anymore, so I don't have to worry about that, which is good because after 7 years of working in a call center and an outbound call center, and being told, shove this up your ass, take your survey and shove it up your ass, take this and that, and people prying into my business, asking me if I'm gay and asking me if I'm this and that and the other, and getting into my business. Excuse me, that is none of nobody's fucking business. And I think Americans are the worst when it comes to phone etiquette. We Americans have no phone etiquette. They have no manners, phone manners whatsoever. They don't know how to conduct themselves on a telephone. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where you guys learned phone etiquette or mannerisms over a telephone, but it needs work because I've been in the business before and I've seen how some of you guys conduct yourselves on the telephone, and quite frankly, it's pathetic. I mean, and I even get sales calls to this day on my cell phone and in my house phone, and I simply tell the person, I thank you, but no thanks. I mean, there's nothing better than saying thank you but and being polite. You don't have to sit there and take the survey, or you don't have to sit there and listen to the sales call, the sales pitch, the contest, whatever the fuck it is that they're calling you about. You don't have to sit there. I'm not saying you have to sit there and listen to it, but be polite about it. Be like, I'm sorry. And if you don't want them to call you, tell them not to call you back. There is a such thing as a do not call list that does exist. However, that do not call list does not apply to marketing research firms, nor does it apply to research in general. It only applies to sales, contests, and telemarketing services. So make sure you know that. I know the laws, you don't. I worked in the industry, you have not. So don't come at me and tell me that you know the laws for those of you who have never worked in the industry because you don't know jack shit. Any outbound call center is restricted under the FCC laws of do not call if you are solicitors, telemarketing, contests, or um, any sort of marketing sales, not research, not for research, surveys, or studies. Totally different ballgame. That federal law does not apply to marketing research. And for you Canadians and you people on the West Coast, in Washington and California and all that, learn your fucking phone etiquette, okay? Learn how to be some polite persons. Even if you don't want to be polite, fake it, okay? Because the other person on that end of the phone is just there to make a buck, honey child, okay? That person on the other end of the line is trying to pay their bills. And they don't need some scumbag, sorry, no good for nothing, uneducated, rude person such as yourself being nasty and hateful just because he or she is trying to make a living. So I don't know how many people are going to view this video, and however many of you do view the video, I hope you take this into consideration and take it to heart, because frankly, I don't feel sorry for one bit that our jobs got snatched out of here from us, especially the call center jobs, because it's people like you who have made call centers. It's people like you who have made folks like me and others not want to work in a call center ever again. And I wasn't trying to sell anything. So I can imagine those poor people who are back there on the telephone trying to sell you something and trying to take your money. I wasn't trying to take your money. I was trying to better the services in your fucking area, and we suck it day in day out. So you know what? For you Canadians out there, learn your fucking phone etiquette, and so do that goes for you people on the West Coast. This is Lee. Rate, subscribe, and comment.